Oh man. All right. So let's go to the Patreon group to an article we put together on Mr. Colin Oliver. This was a fun one. Really, really fun one to put together, man. I had a blast with it. And if you guys want to join the Patreon group, just go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access or scan the QR code in the upper right. It's the best way to support the show. You get extra content from us individually, and it's where all the Chalk Talks are being stored. It's where we, like I said, if you're members, we're going to be doing a giveaway tonight. Anybody who's a member of at least a $3 tier. People ask about the $5 and the $10 tier. What does that get me? Nothing extra. Just go with the $3 tier. The 5 and the 10 is just for those people that want to be generous. Maybe we'll come up with something creative in the future to kind of make it, a little more appeasing for people to use it. But again, it's just people were asking, how can I support the show? We created the Patreon page, the group, and Emilio, you were one of the first Patreon members, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think it was you, yeah. And it was, it just sat empty forever, right? It was just here. If you want to donate to the show, that's the way to do it.
But no, it took off, man, and I'm happy for it, and that's where you get to talk. Everyone's in there. You get the chat all the time. Any news, and that's it. Sometimes you get breaking. Sometimes Patreon brings us the breaking news, and it's like I appreciate you doing the dirty work there.
No, it's fun, man. I really enjoy it, and it gives me it kind of holds me accountable to doing a little extra research on the team and makes me a little bit more informed fan. So, all right, let's get into it, boys. This is Colin Oliver. All right,
Thick.
Green Bay Packers draft. Let me get that scrolled down a little bit. Adam's getting a little excited over there. Green Bay Packers draft spotlight. Colin Oliver, a dynamic edge rusher with game-changing potential. So the Green Bay Packers continue to fortify their defensive front in the 2025 NFL Draft, selecting Oklahoma State edge rusher Colin Oliver with the 159th pick overall in the 5th round. Following their 4th-round selection of Texas Baron Sorrell, the Packers doubled down on pass rush talent to bolster Jeff Hafley's aggressive 4-3 scheme. Oliver, a 6'2", 240-pound dynamo from Oklahoma State, brings elite athleticism, a relentless motor, and versatile skill set that could see him carve out a unique role in Green Bay as a situational pass rusher and special teams standout. Look at him in high school, boys. Look how big this dude was. Look how scrawny. Tiny little dude. Scouting report coming out of high school was a native of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Colin Oliver was a 3-star recruit in the 2021 class, ranked as the 501st overall prospect by On3 industry ranking with a grade of 86.66 at Edmond Santa Fe High School. The 6'2", 220-pound defensive end showcasing explosive athleticism, recording a 4.6 second 40-yard dash and earning all-state honors. His senior year tape displayed a quick first step, natural bend, and a knack for disrupting plays in the backfield. Oliver drew offers from Georgia, Oregon, Ole Miss, and Nebraska. That's a pretty good offers sheet there, is it not? Choosing Oklahoma State over Georgia and Oregon and Ole Miss, among others, but chose to stay home with Oklahoma State, where he quickly emerged as one of the Big 12's most disruptive defenders. All right, so college statistics. Oliver's 4-year career at Oklahoma State was marked by consistent production, though a foot injury limited his 2024 season. As a true freshman in 2021, he burst onto the scene with 15.5 tackles for a loss and 11.5 sacks, earning Big 12 Defensive Freshman of the Year and Freshman All-America honors. In 2022, he added 7.5 tackles for a loss and 5 sacks, followed by a stellar 2023 season with 15.5 tackles for a loss, 6 sacks, and 49 pressures, while splitting time between edge and off-ball linebacker roles. His 2024 campaign was cut short after 2 games due to a foot injury, where he recorded 1 sack. Career totals were 40.5 tackles for a loss, 23.5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 5 pass breakups across 43 games, 22 starts, earning second-team All-Big 12 honors from 21 through 23. When you look at the PFF grades, I know the 2024 year was cut short, but boy, did it look good. He started in 2021 with a 77, then stabilized at a 71.5, jumped back up to a 73, and then before he hurt his foot, his senior year, had an 88.6 PFF grade. So he really looked like he was cutting the corner. Pass rush grade of 90.8. Overall defensive grade of that 88.6. Run defense grade not too bad either at 67.7. When I think about this guy and how they may or may not use him in the Jeff Hafley defense, the first thing that comes to mind for me was what we were doing with Enigbare with that 55 drop. Don't that kind of fit the bill for him? And also, I'm wondering if Jeff Hafley has a wrinkle he wants to add in as well. What if he gets to the point, let's say Collin Oliver, and this is a long shot being what was he, a 5th-round pick or a 4th? 5th round, right? Yeah, 5th. Being a 5th-round pick, it's a long shot for him to like get significant playing time his rookie year, I believe. However, if he balls out in camp and they go, you know what, let's throw a hybrid backer in there. You guys remember when we were talking with the the University of Tennessee insider, and he was talking about the Leo position with Tennessee, right? That's kind of that hybrid backer that James Pierce Jr. was playing where he would rush the passer and drop into coverage. Notre Dame's got one, they call it Viper. Pretty damn cool name in my opinion. So they got a hybrid backer that plays what they call Viper. And it's typically the weak side backer, just like the Leo at the University of Tennessee, where he's going to rush the quarterback and also drop into coverage. What if Jeff Hafley wants to unveil something like that, right? And use somebody like Collin Oliver to do it. But we'll pause right there as we get before we get a little deeper into the article here. I want to get your all's take. What do y'all think about Collin Oliver so far? For a 5th-round pick, man, it seems like a lot of promise here. I believe he was a 5th, right? He had to have been, yeah, because Baron Sorrell was 4th. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, honestly, I was muted, Clay. That was on me. But he really I mean, what he has there is, what if you're in your base 4-3 and you have him as a stack backer? Okay, he can maybe, be here at the stack backer. Then you walk him up on the edge. You're overloaded. You could be on strong side. I love his bend. We really haven't had a real bend guy, since probably Clay. So I missed that, and maybe, forcing him up into the pocket like we were always talking about, compressing that well, getting it shorter, getting it smaller. I think that maybe you can force him into it sometimes if you can get him to feel that outside, that turn, that pressure. I'm excited to see him. I really am. I'm excited to see Tim's first couple clips from the practice, man, because that's gonna be it's gonna be fun.
Tim gonna be hiding in the trash can out there.
We'll get him an upgraded one.
Yeah, that'll be my costume. I'll sneak in for sure. But no, I think this proves what we've always suspected about the Packers. Right? It doesn't matter what side of the ball, they like versatility. They like a guy that they can plug and play in more than one spot. Versatile in game situations, and like Emilio said, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch him at camp and really see how Hafley wants to utilize him. I truly believe that if anybody can unlock a guy like this and find a way to get the best out of him, it's Hafley in this defense. So it'll be summer.
Definitely. Big Tom says 11.5 sacks freshman year. Rock Cod says in high school, 6'2", 200 pounds. Come on, man. I was 121 pounds when I graduated. I was a late bloomer. It's funny, man. I'm the same size I was in high school. I'm a little overweight now, but I'm trying to get back down to that 185. But man, oh man, there was some guys though that you played against at some of the bigger schools. I was like, this ain't right. This just ain't right. Like, what are they feeding these kids? So, some of them, I swear, man, I think they were 43 years old out there playing high school. It's easier to get away with it back in them mountains. You know what I mean? So, Coach Lynn says if we get up in games by double digits, we can let Oliver go hunt. That would be fun too. And this is what's so exciting. Not just the training camp battles, but when you get to the preseason, I love the preseason. Like seeing these guys on the bottom of the roster battle it out, and that's when you're going to get to look at someone like Collin Oliver for sure. So let's just look at – and you guys, again, over to Patreon community, you can go read the whole article. We're not going to bore you with the entire thing here, but here's the RAS card. He scored an 8.92. So his height came in at actually 6'1", 240 pounds, 24 bench reps. Vertical jump, though. His explosion grade was elite, guys. 39-inch vert with a 10'6" broad jump. 40-yard dash, 4.56 with a 2.66 20-yard split and a 10-yard split of 1.57. So really the stronger of the two between the 10 and the 20 of the 40 was the 10-yard split, which tells you just how quick he is.
Hey, worst case scenario, we bring back the fullback, right? We'll just make him a fullback.
Bro, don't you tempt me. If you could convince Matt LaFleur to sneak Collin Oliver in the backfield as a fullback, I would lose my mind. I'm telling you, I'd go buy a 45 jersey tomorrow, dude. No doubt.
But no, really, that gets me excited because remember when Matt was talking about how they wanted to be, 3 high, 4 under, and that was the defense we wanted to be. And then after having this year, hey, we really might not go back to that. We might kind of stick to this new plan of sim pressure, of still being able to bring 4. I think he walks right into the space of if he's a stack backer and you're dropping one of your edges that you're fine with, if LVN drops whoever it is, if it's still Kingsley, but you're still bringing an edge pass rusher on that sim blitz with Colin Oliver, right? That could be scary.
Yeah. Yep. Durant said he led Oklahoma State in sacks in each of his first 3 seasons. HTE, I don't even know how to say that last part. We'll just leave that alone. One of the media guys asked Jeff about the Viper position a while ago, and he said that he didn't have any plans to implement it. Maybe he could this year because he has that guy that could fit the bill. Could be, could be. You don't hear about that hybrid role as much at the NFL level because I just don't think it applies as often. I think it's more applicable at the college level because you got more quarterbacks running, and it's nice to have that weak side backer that if he's dropping into coverage occasionally, he's acting almost like a spy, right?
Yeah.
So it puts him in a little bit better position to play that zone read, which is real heavy at the college level, and obviously these quarterback power plays and stuff like that. Now you're playing someone like a Josh Allen, maybe it comes a little more into play, but it's a great point, though. I didn't realize that he called it Viper as well. That's awesome.
That's a good way to look at it too. Like you said, it's like a way to play spy without being a spy, right? Without being fully committed to the quarterback.
Right. Yep. Here's the injury and character concerns. Oliver's 2024 season was derailed with a foot injury sustained in week 2, limiting him to 2 games and raised a question about his durability. However, he was fully cleared by the combine and showed no lingering effects, posting elite testing numbers. Prior to 2024, Oliver was durable, playing 41 games over 3 seasons with no major injuries. Off the field, Oliver is a high-character prospect known for his work ethic and leadership, a vocal leader at Oklahoma State. He was praised by coaches for his selflessness and ability to rally teammates. His Oklahoma roots and underdog mentality, fighting the, quote, tweener label, resonate with Green Bay's blue-collar ethos, making him a cultural fit for the Packers locker room. So really, really cool there. Here's what Dane Brugler had to say about him, all right? Won't read the entire thing, but I do want to hit this quote. Listed as a stack backer rather than an edge defender in my draft guide, Oliver's size and injury history will scare some teams, but his tape shows a twitched-up athlete with the burst and bend to stress tackles off the edge. He's a sub-package rusher with special teams upside and the potential to grow into a rotational role if he adds polish. That was obviously over at The Athletic that he said that. So he did have a 5th to 6th round grade on him, so right there in the sweet spot where Goody took him. Here are his strengths. Explosive athlete to stress blockers in space, forces holding calls as pass rushers with gap burst and ability to submarine blocking hands, accelerates in a blink to create immediate momentum in the rush, had a 1.57 second 10-yard split that we just talked about, has some pop in hands to rock late setting tackles, competes with physical mindset to fight off contact, alert eyes and shows basic understanding of blocking scheme, never lost killer instinct or rev motor regardless of position, has upside in coverage because of athletic tools, and consistently found ways to be productive with 40.5 tackles for loss in his 43 career games. That's an impressive stat, that tackles for loss, man. That dude is eyes in the backfield the entire time. We've also got a complete background right up there as well, so you guys can go check it out. Now, here's what's really cool. We put this together here. Deployment possibilities. The Green Bay Packers are likely to use Colin Oliver primarily as a situational edge rusher with the potential to develop into a hybrid role that incorporates some stack linebacker responsibilities, leveraging his versatility and athleticism in Jeff Hafley's 4-3 defensive scheme. Here's a breakdown of how they might deploy him based on his skill set, scouting reports, and the Packers' defensive needs. So it says why it fits. Oliver's elite athleticism at 4.56 40 and college production, 23.5 sacks, 40.5 tackles for a loss, highlighted his ability to pressure quarterbacks with speed and bend off the edge. His quick first step and dip and rip move make him a natural fit for the sub-package pass rush situations, especially on obvious passing downs. The Packers, who gave or have struggled with inconsistent pass rush depth beyond starters like Rashawn Gary, see Oliver as a high upside rotational piece to complement their pocket crushing monsters, as noted by the Acme Packing Company. How he'll be used, expect Oliver to line up as a 4-3 defensive end in nickel or dime packages, focusing on speed rushes to stress tackles. His 19.8 mile per hour max velocity and explosive get off will be weaponized in specific situations. Says special teams value. Oliver's athleticism and motor make him an immediate asset on special teams, likely as a gunner or edge rusher on punt and kick coverage units. This role will help him earn a roster spot while he refines his defensive skills. I didn't really even think about that, right?
Yeah.
It's like the way he's twitched up, like Dane Brugler said, kind of feels like he would be a good special teams player. Man.
Yeah. Put him off the edge, man. Block field goal this year. Let's go.
Right. And he did. I was poking through some of his snaps by position. In 21, he really pretty much played D-line in, 30-40 as a backer. In 22, pretty much D-line, 30-40 as a backer. In 23, he was the first game played 5 D-line, 46 at backer. So, I mean, in the box. So and then he basically split halfway down the rest of the year. So last year in 23, he was going off as a linebacker, but then in 24 had 55 and 1 in the box. So, I mean, he's versatile. That's exciting.
Definitely. And in terms of secondary role, I'll just read a little bit of it and then we'll get to the giveaway and get to a little chalk talk here. Why it's possible. Dane Brugler's evaluation listing Oliver as a stacked linebacker reflects his college experience playing off-ball linebacker at Oklahoma State, where he showed coverage instincts and lateral agility. He had 41 stops and 5 pass breakups in 2023. That's really impressive. So just want to point that out. And it goes on to talk about how he could be used as a stack backer, all that good stuff, likely deployment. Again, you guys can go check out the rest of that article over in our Patreon community. Anything else you guys want to add to the Colin Oliver talk as we wrap that up?
No, I think we covered it.